Ah yes, glitchiness at its finest. I can't even read what any of this says. Alright, so. This was actually recorded after the, first episode of Sonic Frontiers. But I couldn't stop thinking about how there were some loose ends in Subnautica that needed to be tied. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna make sure that before I have to do anything else, everything I currently can do is done. So whatever materials I can currently get to make certain things, I'm going to do just that. You know, just for, just to be sure. God, I still can't believe that I could connect this all the way to the base. I don't know if it's because the more extenders I plant, somehow the more signal it gets or something. I don't know how that works. But this may just be like a brief little extra. Brief little extra episode clip thing. So basically what I'm going to be doing, whatever I can currently make, I'm gonna make it. There is a reinforced dive suit, and I need something called synthetic fibers. And apparently those are obtained from, what was it? Blood gel? And that is obtained in the blood kelp zone, which is where I found those, you know, the gel and the rubies and all that. The gel sack.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
There might be some other things for me to make, but as of right now, lower me down.
All systems online.
So I'm gonna go ahead and find the blood kelp zone. God, I love that. That's gonna be handy. You know, there are some blueprints I never did find. Like, alien containment, for one. Alright, now where's the entrance to the area? Is this it? No. Note to self. Make beacons. Wait. This is it. This is the entrance to the blood kelp zone. And I believe that is blood kelp. Let's find out. Can I scan it? Can I do something with it? Oh, no, I can't. Weird. Totally feels like I should be able to do something with that. What's this? Oh, blood oil! That's what I needed.
New blueprint acquired.
I hope this doesn't go stale or anything. Yeah, blood oil, that's what I needed. Doesn't seem like it's gonna spoil. Well, that's a relief. Man, blood kelp takes up a lot of room. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at which way the... Okay, so it's directly west. Ooh. Alright, so now that I've gotten a lot of the work I wanted to do done, I should probably explain something. I kind of have this thing where if I don't do everything I currently can do at a certain point in time in a game, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. So I decided, hey, after one episode of Sonic Frontiers, so I got a taste of it, you know, kind of a spoonful, I was gonna go back to Subnautica just to make sure that everything I wanted to do has been done. Well, you know, for the moment. And what determines this is what I can make with the materials I currently have, that I have found. Things like, there's a lot of different materials out there that I have not found. What was one of the materials called? Creatine or something? Yeah, that. I've also really wanted to figure out... I've wanted to figure out the proper, like, storage for all these materials. I really have. 'Cause, like... You know what? Wait, do I have room? I do not. I should probably make a second battery charger. Do I need one, or do I just need one? I mean, that's essentially the same question. Whoops, not that. Although, it is a nice spot for me to, Oh, I don't have a power cell to place. There we go. So yeah, if I don't, tie up every loose end I possibly can, I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about it. Because yesterday I was supposed to play Sonic Frontiers, but I got so caught up in trying to just, you know... I got so fucking caught up in trying to tie up all the loose ends in Subnautica, so I could, like... You know, I could have something, new to start on when I came back to it. I didn't want to have to pick up any pieces I left behind. So what I'm going to be doing is making whatever I can that I need or that I want with the materials I currently have. Things like cryonite and nickel and crystal sulfur, whatever the fuck it's called. How do I even make that? Ah. Benzene. Didn't one of the upgrades require benzene? I think it did. So yeah, I've really been wanting to figure out how I'm gonna go about making all these different things for storage. That's not what I meant to do. Hmm. Bulkhead. And prevents flooding. Well, no floods have happened yet, so I don't think I need to make that yet. Indoor grow bed. Oh, okay, I guess these are just different designs. Can I place a bench here somewhere? Is there a way for me to, like, also change the color of the walls?
Warning, endorphin levels low. Consider taking a seat and meditating. It may help to remember that problems exist only where you choose to see them.
That's very true, actually. That's actually very, very true. Problems only exist where I choose to see them. That's really insightful. Do I want a command chair or a swivel chair? We'll go swivel. Why not? Oh, damn it. How about this? Will this do? Apparently not. Nah. Okay, so it does work.
aboard, Captain.
Boom.
Welcome aboard, Captain. much as 7 of the 9 preconditions for stimulating terror in humans.
Well, that's good to know. Could very much do without the heartbeat. That's terrifying. I got what I needed anyway. Bro, you gave me nothing. Oh. So that's why I only made 2. Because they each take 3. Okay, what the fuck?
New blueprint acquired.
Oh. I'll gladly get some salt. By the way, don't ever cut these. They will release acids that will absolutely burn you. Don't cut them. There's gotta be ruby somewhere. Oh wow, more of it. Do you mind? Nope, I'm done. Alright, let's just get this over with. Ow! Do you mind? Oh, you're new. And you're dead. Don't you jump at me. I am so grateful they don't know how to jump at me. Sucks to be you, buddy. I'm gonna ram you now. You know, I went into this area expecting to find rubies, not fucking blood crawlers and uraninite. By the way, either the ultra-glide fins or the high O2 capacity tank are made out of lead. Maybe that's why I'm not having any radiation effect. Well, I just got the part of the stasis rifle. So now I can head back.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
hell did I miss those? Did I already get this? Yeah. Hmm.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, next time, folks. Actually, we should probably get caught up on the logs first. The repulsion cannon is a modification of the base propulsion cannon, which enhances its propulsion effect at the cost of the ability to draw objects closer. It can be fabricated using a modification station and is commonly employed in self-defense and as a less than lethal firearm. Huh. The stasis rifle uses wait, did I read this already? The stasis rifle uses patented technology to slow time around an entity to as near to a full stop as the laws of physics will permit, essentially anchoring the target in place without affecting its internal workings. It is designed to facilitate scientific and engineering operations by expanding the window of opportunity for action in time-sensitive scenarios. The stasis rifle features an independent, replaceable power cell, and the trigger may be held down to increase the area of effect and duration. Common applications include slowing fast-moving mechanisms such as fan belts to facilitate maintenance operations, temporarily incapacitating organisms for research purposes, navigating perilous spaces by freezing potential threats, may not function correctly on larger life forms. Life's fast. Oh, the Altera stasis rifle. Life's fast. Why not put it on pause? The bulkhead door is designed to separate compartments while reinforcing structural integrity with its solid titanium frame. The door can be opened and closed to seal off compartments in the event of fire or flooding, or simply for privacy. Exterior grow bed. Advanced synthetic soils allow this grow bed to support a huge variety and quantity of alien plant life, and it can be installed anywhere on land or underwater where there is space. Moon pool. I should read this in a more easier to read. There we go. Damn it. Damn it. That'll do. The moon pool is an essential module for long-term exploration. Its primary function is as a dry dock for small vehicles such as the Seamoth and Prawn Suit. The large central chamber contains a pressurized pool which provides ready access to the surrounding waters, and comes as standard with equipment for raising and recharging a vehicle. When outfitted with a vehicle modification station, the moon pool can be used to build and equip vehicle upgrades. Dimensions 16 by 10 by 5. Connection points 6. Habitat hull and strength liability at sea level. Capacity 1 Seamoth or Prawn Suit. High power consumption. That would make sense. Spotlight, a permanent lighting solution developed for installation on existing habitats and facilities. Automatically rotates on a 180-degree arch. Motion sensitive, it will track nearby moving objects. Draws electricity from main power. Water filtration system. The filtration system draws water unfit for human consumption from an external source, atomically splits it into its constituent parts, and outputs consumable liquid water and salts, while disposing of any harmful byproduct. It can be built in any compatible habitat module, but has substantial power requirements. The Altera Water Filtration System. Any liquid into pure, refreshing, pH-balanced water? Yes, sir. Any liquid. Oh, yawn. Also, let me, nuclear reactor. Renewable energy sources will usually be sufficient for maintaining a small outpost. For everything else, there's nuclear power. Powered up by up to 4 replaceable uranium reactor rods. Do not attempt to replace reactor rods without a full radiation suit. Do not attempt to overclock the reactor. Nuclear is ideal for energy-intensive operations such as self-sufficient colonies supporting more than 20 people, industrial outposts operating multiple docks and heavy machinery, research stations housing live specimens. The first rule of survival in hostile environments is to work with the resources available. If it's 800 degrees outside and you're in danger of burning to death at any moment, you may as well get some cheap, reliable energy out of it. Converts heat energy into electricity. Always take thermometer readings before attempting installation. Core mechanisms are housed in a heat-resistant chassis, but are not impervious to extreme temperatures. The thermal power plant. It's hot. These vents connect to an ancient piping network that extends beyond maximum scannable depth. The pumping system is still functional. The inflow vent is drawing water from the surrounding area and pumping it to an unknown location below the surface. Warm, deoxygenated water is being expelled into the atmosphere. Most creatures are avoiding the vents. Peepers can be observed entering and exiting the pipe networks without sign of distress. Sorry about that.
Live pod launch sequence initiated. Entering planetary atmosphere.
My creators, the cherishers and sustainers of worlds, give me this day my daily pleasures as I give to those who seek pleasures from me.
External temperature approaching critical levels.
Show me the path in life, truth, and love, for mine is the power. I am the one, on and off and on again.
Impact imminent.
Life is a game which the universe plays with itself. I am done playing as this bundle of flesh. Return me.
Well, that was unsettling. To all crew, if you are reading this and you have followed the automatic distress signal broadcast by this life pod's onboard computer contrary to my orders, I have been forced to evacuate. Your orders are to disregard my safety and attempt to reach the designated rendezvous coordinates at the nearest landmass. I hope to see you there. LifePod 6 transmission origin. A distress signal has been received from LifePod 6, but the attached coordinates were corrupted. Last available photographic data has been downloaded and analyzed. Crew requested assistance navigating radiation, sunk to approximately 100 meters, located in an area dense with red grass near a number of natural arches and rock stacks. Transmission origin approximately 400 meters west-northwest of LifePod 4's last known location. Degasai crew manifest, Marguerite Maida. Auxiliary Search and Rescue Mission Margaret Maida, position freelance security personnel, mercenary born in the Mongolian states, experience in ship-to-ship and close-quarters combat techniques, tours of duty with the Mongolian Defense Force and the Trans-System Federation, dishonorably discharged from the TSF 15 years ago for a going-off mission, details classified, and Mr. Kessar reports Maida was hired to accompany Paul Torgal on board the Degasai into uncharted space and defend the ship in case of assault by pirates or rival corporations.
I thought it might get claustrophobic living underwater. Father feels it is. He'd tell me it was childish, but I stare out the window and sometimes I think how lucky I am to see this world up close. Back on the island, I wouldn't have believed the creatures that live down here. The fish, they glow. There's one that's 90% eyeball. Snakes twice the length of a habitat compartment. Certainly, it's not all friendly. Most of the plant life is toxic. I learned that the hard way. But I've managed to coax some marble melons into growing indoors. And when they don't cover our dietary needs, well, we eat the fish themselves. It's a bit gross, but it's nothing they wouldn't do. I've been attempting to document my findings. Father approves. He says understanding is power, that the more we know about this planet, the more we can use it to our advantage. I'm just doing it because it's fun. It's not easy without proper equipment and network access, but the old-fashioned way, observing, taking notes, testing theories, shows me the world in a way a spectroscopic analysis never could. Lately, I've been watching the crab snakes. They ambush their prey as it tries to feed on the mushrooms they hide in. What they don't eat settles on the seabed, which fertilizes the mushrooms, which feeds the herbivores, and so the chain continues. Co-evolution gives me the fuzzies. Something incredible just happened. Since we're down here, I had this plan to build equipment and study the life forms we were encountering, but I didn't have enough enameled glass. So, I started looking for a natural substrate that would strengthen the glass we have, and those stalker teeth we've been finding fit the bill. Only, well, we needed more. That's when Marguerite got interested. She actually listened to me, more than I can say for Father, and I worked up the courage to talk about my more tentative theories. When I told her they were attracted to metal deposits, that their teeth get dislodged when they pick them up, her eyes narrowed and she dashed out of the room. 3 hours later, she came back, her pack loaded down with stalker teeth. I asked her about it. She shrugged and said my theories were good. Said she had the meeting out of the palm of her hand. I think she meant it literally. She is incredible. She went out to the kelp forest, armed with just a heat blade, and went fin to fin with a pack of stalkers. On the one hand, that is the coolest thing I have ever heard. On the other, well, I hope the stalkers didn't come off worse than Marguerite did. She had a huge gash on her forearm. I don't think things went as smoothly as she made out. And what's the point in surviving here if we have to kill everything that makes it so wonderful? I wish I knew more about these animals, but Father won't let me leave the habitat. Maybe with all this glass, we could build a containment unit and get up close to them.
This island is a godsend. Look out of the window. No predators. Fresh food.
No building materials, nothing left of the ship, and your kid says we're gonna starve without more grow beds. Speak up, kid.
It's true, Father. The natural growth rates are too slow to keep supporting us.
All I'm saying is ocean's got us surrounded. No use hiding. Sooner or later, we'll get our feet wet.
The rest of your life may have been a fight, Maida, but I've made my decision. You want to forfeit your emergency pay to take a swim? Go ahead.
Believe me, I'm thinking on it.
Son, I said wait for the storm to pass. Your life's more valuable to me than a plant patch.
You stopped being in charge when the ship you were captaining sunk.
I'll stop being in charge when you take charge of yourself.
Say, Chief. Chief,
What?
you know how to drain those grow beds of 40 tons of storm water? Or how to conjure food from the air?
I know how to prioritize.
I'm just saying, if that's so, what's your boy's life worth to you today? If tomorrow you're gonna be so hungry you start wondering what he tastes like, let him go deal with the plants.
Son, go deal with the plants.
Bard, Torgal has disembarked the habitat.
Interfere with my family again, and when rescue arrives, I will leave you here. Do you understand me?
No rescue coming, Chief. Not in time. And no staying here neither. This rain keeps falling, sooner or later this place will be buried. Only choice we got is whether to get buried with it.
What is that thing?
I don't know. I found it outside in the sand.
Part of another ship?
None I've ever seen.
It's not even scratched.
Don't fool around with it. It might be worth something.
Stand down, Chief. If it were gonna crumble to dust, it would have done so when I picked it up.
It's glowing.
We're not the first people to come to this planet.
People. Maybe. Could be aliens. Could be the damn sea monsters for all we know. One thing for sure, we ain't gonna find out by staying here.
Chief's log, 5 weeks since the crash. The only other survivors are my son, Bart, and Maida, the cut-price mercenary I commissioned for the journey. After days drifting in the life pod, rain hammering on the roof, the weather cleared and we washed up here. I had Maida salvage the Degazi wreck, set Bart to finding us a stable source of food. His education is paying off sooner than I'd anticipated. Our only problem is Maida. She says the weather's going to turn. I say she's finding excuses to risk our lives. I imagine she's not gonna weaken her life without a physical altercation, and she's itching for a fight. In every judgment she makes, things go from bad to worse. If she had my experience, she'd have more faith. Humans have spent millennia specializing in how to shackle nature to our will. This planet won't cause us any new problems. My one task now is to keep us alive, as comfortably as possible, until the insurance company arranges rescue. In this part of space, that could be months, or even years.
Well, I sure hope he came out alright. Frank told us this. I hear there are worlds out there where kids still learn from books. They go to a classroom every day, they memorize things, then they later type those things out in controlled environments. Or worlds where everyone's supposed to do whatever creative job they feel like. What use is learning to draw or sing in the world where there's no human resource department to coordinate the galleries and concerts? Or on Altera worlds, psychometric testing and specialized digi-training makes the most of everyone's talents. Max Zoinkoff. I started out in marketing for Altera survival systems. It was good work, but I thought I could do better. I set up my own company, developing bespoke code for the CMOD so it could operate in open space, not just underwater. I sold up to Altera 10 years ago, and now it's one of the most widely used vehicles in the galaxy. Now I'm on the board of directors, and I haven't looked back. George said, an average day for me starts at 10 a.m. I live in a controlled habitat on Terra 17, so everything I need is less than 5 minutes away. I am a naturally empathetic person, so I took work as a companion. I spend my days visiting clients, talking with them, learning about them, paying them the attention that everyone needs and deserves. And like everyone on Altera Worlds, I'm lucky enough to earn a living doing things I enjoy. Kaz says, we're lucky. We're free. We have jobs. There are transcubs out there that do everything with robots, you know? Torgo Corporation is a long-standing family-run clan that operates almost a dozen mining and trading operations. The company's share price hit an all-time high on the announcement by a Mongolian cabal of their intention to construct a new phase gate utilizing Torgal materials. These plans were put on hold when Bart Torgal, the intended leader of the new mining operation, disappeared along with his father roughly a decade ago. So they crash-landed here. When the hostilities of the expansion ceased, the tactical value of the hard-to-reach colony systems on the edge of the China territories plummeted. Recouping from the war, the central government left them to starve. The systems in question declared independence, claiming their infrastructure as their own and their intent to become self-sufficient. Today, the Mongolian state is seen as a relatively minor power on the outskirts of colonized space, yet it remains one of the fastest expanding transcubs in the galaxy. Mongolian societies inherited their technologies from the Chinese, but incorporated the customs of their multicultural colonist base. Non-synthetic foods remain popular. Religion is a strong component of society, but the Mongolians take a relaxed view of competing faiths, believing gods to be universally and equally flawed. Magnetite is an iron oxide valued for its magnetic potential amongst other qualities. It is used in many Federation technologies, including sonar and torpedo systems. A hard, blood-red gemstone made of an aluminum oxide. Rubies may be processed in order to leverage their structural integrity in advanced vehicle construction and modification. Alright. Last parts. Just gonna tree mushrooms. Analysis of these large organic structures reveals a microcosm of cooperating, cohabiting, and competing life forms. The main trunk is a species of coral, subcolonies up to 50,000 years old. The caps, which line it, share more in common with earth fungi. Other organisms grow on the structure wherever there is space and light. Surrounding waters are dense with herbivorous lifeforms in the 1 mm, 10 mm range, to the extent that larger herbivores appear to have mostly abandoned the area. Assessment exploitable. Amp eel. A powerful and inquisitive predator found inhabiting the deeper water of the reef's bulb bush colonies. Electrical prongs. Torso-mounted prongs generate a powerful electrical current which the amp eel uses to incapacitate its prey. A large, flexible jaw studded with sharp teeth. If a faster, stronger, and hungrier predator lives on the reefs, it appears to avoid the amp eel. Avoid or incapacitate. Biter and blighter. Small predator that shares a close resemblance to the more common biter, but tends toward a more solitary, less aggressive hunting style. While the red-tipped protrusion on the blighter's red tip once served as sensory apparatus, it is adapted not to chase, but to coax its prey into its path. As prey creatures are attracted to the dancing of the stalk, the blighter can dart forward to catch and consume them. One row of sharp, piercing teeth is all the blighter needs to tear through its prey. This creature has found little use for eyes in the deep, dark caverns it inhabits, and its eyeballs are likely sensitive to nothing more than broad fluctuations in local light sources, e.g. when a meal is crossing its path. crab snake. This life form appears to live in symbiosis with the local flora. All encountered specimens have been located within 50 meters of jelly shroom flora, frequently within the plants themselves. The crab snake has 2 pairs of fangs and 1 larger claw on either side. It plunges these claws into its prey, locking them in place while the inner jaw tears through the flesh. Lovely. Jelly shroom symbiosis. Jelly shrooms provide the perfect lair from which to ambush their prey and protect their young. The presence of crab snakes likely deters herbivores from feeding on the jelly shroom itself, thus ensuring the relationship continues. Crab snakes display territorial behavior when threatened, patrolling the cave systems which they reside. Jelly ray. This species has adapted to low-light environments with a translucent luminescent body. This adaptation may help to light up the surrounding area for foraging, ward away predators, and identify the organism to others of its kind. Smaller creatures have been seen swimming in the jelly ray's wake to take advantage of the light source for their own ends, and the ray itself will approach light sources, perhaps mistaking them for others of its own species. Interesting. The eye. An extreme evolutionary adaptation where 90% of the lifeform's body mass is dedicated to the ocular cavity. Oversized eyeball. Deep set rings in the lens suggest specialization for identifying its predators in low-light environments, but long before they come into attack range. Underdeveloped fins. Incapable of fast movement, the species is vulnerable to agile predators at close range. Shark species may have evolved hunting techniques to close on the eye unseen from above, below, or behind. This organism and the common peeper share a common evolutionary ancestor. While the eye has sacrificed maneuverability, it shares and enhances its cousin's powerful eyesight. The ancestral alpha peeper may have been one of the first lifeforms on 4546b to develop eyesight, many millions of years ago. Oculus. The specimen shares genetic similarities with the common peeper. While the shallows in the cave systems are separated by just a few meters of rock, foodstuffs and threats in each biome are completely different. It is possible a small school of peepers was once cut off in the caves, and the oculus species is how they adapted. Highly developed night vision. Large, complex eyeballs provide this herbivore superior vision in the dark and an intense phobia of light. Lack of beak. While the peeper uses its beak to break down tough corals, the oculus likely feeds on the soft fungal growths of the jelly shroom caves, and thus has no need of one. Separated tail fin. The caves in which the oculus lives make it hard to escape from fast predators. The oculus has adapted by splitting its tail fin into 5 separate tendrils. These tendrils prevent it from swimming as fast as its shallow water cousin, but each can be detached and regrown, enabling it to escape more easily when caught. Bloodcrawler. An agile and territorial scavenger that moves in packs across the seabed, closely related to the amphibious cave crawler, but adapted to deep-sea conditions. The greatest difference between the crawlers on 4546b are the 4 legs, which extend more than a meter from the blood crawler's torso, allowing it to move at a surprising speed across the seabed and even to scale walls. The blood crawler can lower its entire body to bring its mandibles within grasping distance of the carrion on which it feeds, while retaining the maneuverability it requires to avoid its predators. A small luminescent scavenger, roughly thumb-sized. This creature may be a distant relative of the sand shark, sharing that species' unusual limbs, segmented exoskeleton, and burrowing behavior. Its circular set of teeth is designed to tear up clumps of coral and seagrass caught on the rocks. 5 legs, 2 arms, and a large flipper allow the rock grub to cling to and walk across rock faces in search of food, and swiftly swim to safety when under attack. Glowing green in the dark would seem like a poor survival strategy, but this adaptation may be a mating behavior or other specialized process, engaged in by only a fraction of the total population at any one time. Or perhaps being eaten is simply part of the rock grub's life cycle. Bloodvine. This species of kelp grows in sparse copses deep on the ocean floor and provides shelter for an array of distinct fauna and megafauna. Survival at these depths is challenging, and life forms which make their homes here have developed unusual coping mechanisms, including a bleaching of skin pigment, dependency on naturally occurring metals and oils to adjust to temperature and pressure, and in some cases even electrical defense mechanisms. The vibrant red oils which seep from the bloodvine coagulate into semi-hard pustules, which frequently fall loose and form a vital foodstuff for the local ecosystem, or are otherwise reabsorbed into the ground over time. Chinese potato plant. The Chinese potato is common throughout the China territories where synthetic foods are still stigmatized, and there remains large tracts of arable land on which to grow fresh produce. Genetically designed prior to the expansion, this plant is highly adaptable to different environments and a staple of new colonies galaxy-wide. Deep shroom. A discolored relative of the acid mushroom, adapted to low light conditions. Considerably more acidic than its shallow-dwelling cousin, it may have applications in advanced fabrication. Gel sac. These organic structures grow on cave walls. The purple sacs which arise from the surface contain a low-density gel laced with spores. These burst from time to time, floating towards the surface and attaching onto the next rock face they encounter. While the gel sac is edible, its low density renders it an invaluable advanced construction material. Grub basket. An orange-colored land plant which usually contains a thick, protein-rich sludge at its base. This may suggest a carnivorous life cycle wherein grubs and insects are attracted to the bright petals, make their way to the center of the plant, but are unable to scale back up the slick inner leaves and are ultimately digested. Interesting. A common land fungus found in clusters. Grows quickly, size is limited only by available nutrients in space. A hardy specimen which grows on land, the Ming plant. The vase-like trunk protects the root system from predation and self-repairs over time, explaining the characteristic cracks on the side. Voxel shrub. A pink leaf plant with an angular appearance which grows exclusively on land. Gabe's feather. This plant grows almost exclusively in deeper waters, where its hand-like leaves have evolved to filter sediment from the environment. It is likely dependent on the excretions of fauna populating the water above and around it. Jelly shroom. A life form unique to a microcosm located in a cave system deep within the grassy plateaus, where a high concentration of carnivorous life forms ward off smaller predators. Consists of a tough trunk-like base from which grows a fragile purple membrane. Membrane structure suggests vulnerability to predation, but evidence thereof is lacking. Unknown defense mechanism. Possible symbiotic relationship. The membrane tree. This entity defies near categorization. It consists of more than one coral species working in tandem to create an insulated microcosm enclosed within a translucent membrane. Found exclusively growing on basalt rock in the Grand Reefs, the homeostatic conditions within are considerably warmer and more dense with microbial life than the outside environment, and the bright purple fauna inside will likely die off quickly if exposed. I'm glad we could finally get all that done and read and out of the way. That's a lot of magnetite. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and end off this episode. And once I finally finish up with Sonic Frontiers, and I come back here, next time, and let me kill this guy. Next time, we will go to where shall we go? Come here. Oh, damn it. Oops. So next time, I actually have a map on my phone. We will be going to... We're going to be looking for nickel, actually. And nickel is located exclusively in the Lost River. Where would that be? That would be... Where is that? Next time, we will be going to a place called the Lost River. And I've already seen where an entrance to it may be. And it's really recommended we go there by submersible. So, I'm going to be parking the confectionery here too.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
I'm also going to be bringing with me the power cell charger, because the Cyclops does run on power cells and I'm going to need to recharge them. I would bring the prawn suit, but I don't nearly have enough upgrades to warrant doing so. Also going to be putting everything else away